Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan metal video. In this video, I wanted to begin obviously taking a look, essentially at the performance of units in the Omega Shenron event. Now, of course, we were looking at how they did in the Sin Shenron event. Also, we look at how units do in the Red Zone. And the Omega Shenron event is a super hard event, and it's an upgraded version of the Sin Shenron, so we'll be doing that, going forward. The big thing, though, ultimately at the end of the day, is who did I want to start off with. So I decided to start off with the SS4 Gogeta, the LR SS4s. I wanted to see just how well they did in this event, and honestly speaking, they actually did a really great job. So they were a really well-performing team. They have obviously Fused Fighters, Final Trump Card, Joined Forces, they have the GT Heroes, they have pretty strong teams, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, so they have a very good kind of lineup to utilize. So there's, a pretty good basis, I want to say, for them and their performance. Now, of course, you start off against the Tech Sin Shenron, and they can take a little bit of damage. I mean, you would have seen them taking 40k. It's a fair chunk of damage. It's not like they don't take damage or anything. They definitely take a fair bit of damage in those initial phases, but if you prioritize them, they'll get enough super attacks to kind of handle the heat. Now, the second phase, the strength phase, is where things get very interesting. The strength phase, they can either handle perfectly fine depending on how well they've stacked, or they can be objectively terrible if they haven't stacked at all, and you'll have to consider transforming them. Now, I like to transform them at this point anyway, for two reasons. One, the interrupt that they have on their 18 key when transformed is fantastic. It's really good, and can help with interrupting some of these big time group attacks. And then secondly, as well, they don't need to be much stronger for the int Shenron phase. So because they have the added benefit of type advantage, they don't necessarily need to stack so much. They'll still do plenty of damage. They have their active skills still. They still have a lot that can benefit them for that int phase. So you don't have to run them. What I'm saying is you don't have to stack them to handle the int phase. The strength phase is actually the section whereby they need to kind of be on top of things. So for me, still pretty good, obviously fantastic. They tank perfectly fine. Normal attacks, they'll always tank perfectly fine after super. Just in general, they always will. It's not really something they're going to struggle with. They don't struggle with normal attacks or anything like that. They tend to have a very good time, very good performance with it. So yeah, overall from that perspective, they're very good. Of course, the big question is what limitations do they have? Well, they struggle with the strength phase. But I think, if you have a dupe in them, you don't notice a lot of the pain too bad. I think most of them tend to have a very good, solid foundational performance. I think there's a lot of great stuff. They pair up really nicely with the int LR Goku, who's obviously fantastic, and they can tank the int phase more than fine. They're a good damage dealer. They got the interrupt. They got a lot of great stuff going on. So yeah, I really do think they do a really great job. And that's it for me. Honestly speaking, you don't need much more. I think they're a good start to taking a look at how units do in the Omega Shenron event. I think they've managed to age well enough. Obviously, they're not super old or anything, but they've managed to really just stay quite impressive. And of course, yes, they have other events that maybe they do struggle in a little bit, but in general, I think they're a very good unit overall. So that's going to be it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, of course, please leave a like. It's always greatly appreciated. And yeah, we'll kind of end off with this scene of SS4 Gogeta handing the smackdown to Omega Shenron, as he did in the anime. That interrupt, by the way, I can't stress how good enough that interrupt actually is. The interrupt is a super powerful mechanic. And if you can get it right and you can get a good interrupt on a group attack, These guys can mitigate a huge chunk of damage, so it's really quite good from them. But yeah, that's, like I said, pretty much it from me, and still some of the best animations in the game by a country mile. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Till then, bye.